You can come in here. Let me get you a little drink.
And you're not laying it low and spreading it wide on the piano either. The baby grand is not happening.
Tell me when.
Okay, when?
So, Quad, you ain't traumatized from what happened at the couple's trip?
It was a whole entire...
Because I know how your girl is.
No, baby. Now we see how things can go so far to the left. We don't want that. That's too dark. I'm not putting my man in a compromising position.
Dr. G and his new wife need some time away. One thing's for sure.
You cute little idea, and I was gonna announce it to everybody. Why are you laughing?
You love throwing parties. Toya throws...
Party, Victorian era.
So this looks interesting. So
You like it?
Yes.
I was thinking, invite everybody to a dance rehearsal. They don't know why.
Okay.
Just tell them what to bring. And then give the announcement of the ball.
This actually sounds fun.
And you're in agreement. Everybody should be in a good place, so why would I alienate her?
You're almost damned if you do, damned if you don't.
How do we fix the group? I mean, you know.
This is what I want to do. We focus a lot on our relationships. We do the couples therapy. What about the friendships? The girls?
What group? Who in the group? Because Phaedra said with y'all no more. Sweet Tea can't come because we're not having this.
But as much as I want to see everyone get back to where we used to be, I am not inviting Phaedra to ladies' night. Phaedra has abandoned the group. Girlfriends check-in.
Okay.
Now, Ken want to get everybody together. He's like, oh, let's get together. Let's do a barbecue.
Yeah, he invited me over.
He want to do something.
I think it was just me, though. I don't.
That first year and second year, you're really getting to know each other and your communication style. Also, you have to know they are newlyweds, but there is this particular dynamic with exes. It's just odd. Then also you have T trying to conceive. So there may be some hormonal issues going on. So there is a lot going on in that relationship. I don't want to villainize anyone, but that scene was difficult to watch. I hope as they are watching this, they realize they still have their own work to do. Whether it's learning how to communicate, learning the triggers, learning how we're emotionally regulated. It's an opportunity to have them have a reflection. It was difficult to watch. I can see how it can be triggering for some people to watch that scene, but I'd also like to change that perspective and say, maybe this is an eye-opener, not only to that couple, but also for viewers to think about how important it is to support each other. Maybe it gets them thinking how one can communicate with other people. Some folks within the group were also thinking Phaedra wasn't being her authentic self on the show. How is it getting to know her and thoughts on how things unraveled with Apollo and her decision to step away from the girl group? I did not have a long period to get to know Phaedra. Phaedra is a very nice girl. I really wish I had more of a chance to learn more about her. I think also Phaedra being new to the group, you want to develop those authentic relationships. She will give you something to see how you will take that. I have no problems with Phaedra. We actually connected more on the Sandbar because she is a God-fearing woman, so am I. I really enjoyed her. I wish to stay in communication with her and see what she is doing and how she is doing because she has been in the game for 20+ years. You have to give her respect. She is a really good person and really good TV. Are you still happy with your decision to appear on the show? I'm happy with my decision. Of course, it's a transition, but I'm a person who goes through life without regret. I'm going to use everything God gave me to do my particular purpose in this world. If it's this show and enjoying it and being blessed, I'm going to continue to do it. Does Steve feel the same way? Yes, he is an overall good guy. To be so big and tall and still have that particular demeanor, that's why we fell in love. We're both so psychology-minded and in tune. I find that really sexy. What are we going to see from your story as we get to know you in future episodes? You will still see me do some resolution work and try to reconcile some relationships. You will see me trying to encourage people to hold themselves accountable, even if they were provoked in a situation. You only have control over yourself with how you move and operate. Really, checking with what your priority is. Is it my priority going to be your marriage, your family, trying to conceive? Is it a new relationship? If so, let's make it that and be in perpetual drama. We can throw shade, but we don't need the perpetual drama. You'll just have to watch. It's a lot of pressure to try to help things, but I do find myself and Jackie together more joining forces to bring people together. There is a lot to come. Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 13 Recap. Dr. G sings the blues. It's official. The cast of Married to Medicine finally left Florida. However, they definitely aren't done talking about what happened there. In M2M Season 11, Episode 13, This Ain't the Playground, the events from Key West continue to plague the group and complicate their path forward. In last week's episode, Phaedra basically walked away from the show and took a private jet straight to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This week, it becomes clear that there's another cast member on her way out the door. Things aren't looking too sweet for Lateasha in this group. What happened in Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 13? It's official. The cast of Married to Medicine finally left Florida. However, they definitely aren't done talking about what happened there. In M2M Season 11, Episode 13, This Ain't the Playground, the events from Key West continued to plague the group and complicate their path forward. In last week's episode, Phaedra basically walked away from the show and took a private jet straight to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This week, it becomes clear that there's another cast member on her way out the door. Things aren't looking too sweet for Lateasha in this group. What happened in Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 13? After returning home from the Key West trip, the fallout from the sandbar fight continued when Dr. G dropped a legal threat. Meanwhile, Toya started getting the ball rolling on her Bridgerton-themed party, and Quad opened the doors to her queendom for a girls. Married to Medicine, Dr. Mimi Sanders unpacks beach conflict and girl group drama. Dr. Mimi, Mirica, Sanders had quite the indoctrination into the Married to Medicine madness. A couple's trip in Key West turned into a battle on the beach when tempers flared between Dr. Gregory Lunceford and his ex Quad Webb's new beau king. Then there was drama between Phaedra Parks and her ex Apollo and his wife at the time, Sherien Copes. Not to mention heated moments between Heavenly Kimes and Dr. Gregory's wife Lateasha Sweet Tea Lunceford. A lot for anyone entering a friend group, but thankfully Sanders is a professional in the field of interpersonal relationships as an adult psychiatrist, emotional wellness expert, and stress management strategist. Sanders and husband, former NFL football player Steve, put all their conflict resolution skills to work on the Florida sandbar. Here Sanders opens up about her time so far on the popular Bravo reality show and what's to come. How has life changed for you since the show started to air? Dr. Mimi Sanders, it's actually been pretty okay. I'm saying that because of course it's a different platform, but yes, my husband has been in this area of professional football. He has been a really good help on how to navigate this transition. Also, we really sat down as a family and said we're going to do this thing. Are we able to transition okay? I think it has gone well. It's what I expected to be happening. We'd have put in some safeguards to make sure we're okay as a family. We saw that $5,000 bowl made by Quad that you all purchased during the Med Gala again in Key West. You used it as a device to bring the group together in Key West. Do you normally have it out for display? It's actually in the office. We had the bowl in the office and still use it as the emotional support bowl. If we need to practice our listening skills with clients within a group, then we can pull out the bowl. We also keep it up front because people want to see it. It was worth every penny then. It was worth it. We gave to a cause. That particular charity for Kira for Moms I was actually familiar with prior to the Med Gala. I know this was a good charity. Of course, being a mental health advocate, I thought it was money well spent. Did you expect to use your skills as a psychiatrist with these ladies right out of the gate? When I came and met all the ladies, it really was at the Med Gala. Most everyone came up to me and asked what kind of doctor I was. They kept saying, "We need you." It got me thinking, what has been going on? Then I suspected I had to start working on, off and around the clock overtime because there were issues apparently going on for years and some new issues that I may have to work within the group in that capacity. What were your first impressions of the group? Had you watched the show much beforehand? I had. You're going to do your homework. You don't want to go into this thing without really doing your homework. I wanted to figure out what has been going on and what has happened from my end. At the Med Gala, I can see pockets here and there of a little shade and a little tea spilled here and there. It was about trying to come together. Then the couple's trip really showed this was what it is. How did you take in all the drama on the beach where you and Steve had to help play mediator? On the sandbar, there are like 4 arguments going on all at once. It was a lot. I found myself running up and down the beach, and that was not for exercise. I was trying to help break things up and do some conflict resolution and do a prayer circle and some therapy. It was a lot going on. I was glad to get off the sandbar and on the boat to get back to the resort. What do you think could have been done to prevent all that drama from happening? Heavenly is at the center of a lot of it a lot of times. Do you feel like the other members of the group don't hold her accountable as Sweet Tea has said in the past? I guess my initial thoughts were what was the plan when we had invited certain people to the sandbar. I don't know if it was quite thought out as well. I think we could have predicted something like this was going to happen if we used those feels. With Heavenly, I have learned she will hold herself accountable. But if you do call her out in the middle of everybody, she is not going to hear it. With her, she is more of a one-on-one person. If you do it in front, she is not going to receive you. She does hold herself accountable, but you do have to do it in a strategic way. If you look close, Jackie Walters will help with that and pull her to the side. What about Dr. G and Sweet Tea? There was this pretty concerning conversation we witnessed at their home after they left early from the couple's trip. How did you take all that in? We have to realize they are still newlyweds. I've been married for 10 years, going on 11 in August. Marriage is hard. You have your ups and downs.